Hey you guys, welcome back to K&KInspiredCreations with Latara. So today I'm going to show you guys how I made this whimsical beach themed jumbo ice cream cone. So I started off grabbing this little waffle mat that I found off of Amazon. I can link it in the bio. And some, I think it was baby oil. And I spread that all over the mat just to make sure that my air dry clay doesn't stick. This is like I want to say it's like a cookie dough color. I got it from Designs by Janira. I can also link her in the comments. She's on Facebook. And you can order foam clay from her, or you can get it on Amazon. So I'm just kind of trying to make it round. And then I'm going to flatten it out on my board and parchment paper first. Because I don't want to press it too much into the little waffle cone thingy, because sometimes it pushes it in too deep and then it kind of goes all the way through and it's just too much. So I have it pretty much how I want it, and I'm just going to kind of push it in a little bit so that you can start to see the indentations through it. And that's how far I want it to go in. So I made it kind of big because I didn't want this to be a jumbo ice cream cone. And I did get this little foam cone from Dollar Tree. They still sell them. So I am going to use some of my silicone glue, but you can use tacky glue from Dollar Tree as well, to get everything to adhere. And I just put some on the bottom of it and then put some on the top, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap the ice cream around it, well, the cone around it. And I'm going to use some more of that silicone glue to adhere the cone basically to itself to give it that ice cream cone look. The bottom, I'm basically going to just kind of push it in and then put it on top of this little wood round that I was going to use for something else, but it already had like this beachy look to it in my opinion. So I was like, I'm just going to use this. I used some silicone, and then I used some hot glue, and the hot glue was just more of a right now hold, and the silicone glue was more of like a long-term hold. The one thing I would change if I did this again is that I would let that dry before going to the next part, because as you'll see, it'll start to lean a lot, and I had to push it up against something to get it to stand up. So if you just let the cone dry overnight and then do the ice cream, it'll probably work out better for you. But I did take some more of that white Spackle, lightweight Spackle DAP Fast and Final, and just add some of that blue acrylic paint that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's like a lighter color blue. It was perfect for the ice cream color that I wanted. And when I mixed it together, I tried not to mix it together like completely. I wanted a little bit of dark color here, a little bit of light color here, maybe a little tiny bit of white here. When you think of ocean water, then I feel like that's what you kind of see. I'm gonna put a little bit in here because I'm gonna need a little bit for that. I'm gonna pipe on there at the very bottom, but the rest of it's gonna be for the ice cream cone. So I want most of it to stay in a bowl. And so probably one of the first things I'm going to do is probably going to be the ice cream. I said the ice cream cone, the ice cream scoops. So the first thing I actually did though is I took some of my white spackle that I already had in a piping bag, and I'm going to pipe a little bit of white spackle at the very the bottom part of this to kind of dummy it up, so I don't use too much of the blue spackle. So I like to use just plain white spackle just to dummy up the bottom of stuff to make it look fuller, I guess is the word. So now I'm just going to go ahead and use this to kind of put my little scoops on there. I did buy a set. I want to say it was off of Amazon. If I can find it, I'll put that in the description too. But it's like a 3 set of ice cream scoops, a large, medium, and a small. And I only use this for my crafting projects. I do not use it in the kitchen anymore. So just an FYI, you definitely don't want to use anything that you use spackle with. You don't want to use it in the kitchen. So I think I ended up putting like 4 scoops on there. And then I'm again just using some more of that white spackle just to dummy up some of it. But I'm just going to do about 4 scoops, and that's pretty much going to be enough. And it's going to make it look nice and full and yummy. And while I'm doing that, I do want to take a second. Thank you so much for watching my videos. You can be watching anybody else's videos on the planet, but you're watching mine, and I'm very much appreciative of that. And if this is your first time here, welcome to my little pastel bakery corner of the internet. And if you're returning, hey, Fake Bake Bestie, thank you so much for coming back. Here we create fake baked desserts, seasonal decor, and fun DIY pieces that look good enough to eat. So if that is your vibe, go ahead and subscribe to become my Fake Bake Bestie as well. So as you can see at the bottom, this is where I'm just piping some more of that blue Spackle, because that's like more of that little ocean water. I didn't use a tip. I just kind of did it kind of messy, because when I think of like water, I don't think of any type of real structure. It's just kind of all over the place. So that's pretty much all I'm doing at the bottom. Just kind of making it look cute. Make it your own. Make it your own. And then the next thing I'm going to do is start my embellishment. So this is what I was talking about. I had to put something on the sides to kind of keep it to stand up. But some of these little pieces I got from Dollar Tree out of the Fairy Garden section, like that little sailboat I just put on there. You can find pretty much anything at Dollar Tree. Now these, I think I talked about it in my last video. I found this whole little bag of seashells at the Goodwill. So I'm just looking for smaller pieces to kind of put on here, because it's a big piece. It's a big craft, but it's not huge, and some of those seashells are still a little too big, so I just put a couple up at the top. I'm going to use one as like kind of like what you would do with it, like as a cherry. Like if this was a regular ice cream cone, you would use like a cherry, but I'm actually going to use one of my seashells for that part. I'm putting some little pearls, some of the fake pearls that I got from Dollar Tree. And yeah, so I'm just adding a whole bunch of embellishments to it just to make it look cute. Dollar Tree also had these cute little blue and clear beads that I ended up putting on there just to give that water look, and a little sparkle here and there all over the not the air dry clay, but all over the brown spackle. The blue Spackle, I cannot talk today. And then I'm just using a pencil just to push those in so that they don't fall out at a later time. Last thing I did add was some glitter. I like to use really fine glitter, but you can use whatever type of glitter you want. But this is the final reveal. You can see it's slanted forward a little bit, but from the front you can't really tell. I think it turned out super duper adorable. This is probably one of my favorite pieces. The beach theme is my favorite all time anyways, but let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a tutorial. And until next time, keep it sweet and keep it creative.